going up every single day, advertising dollars going up in the streaming every single day, and the biggest guest appearances and guest stars going to the streaming platforms as opposed to sitting down on somebody's couch on television nowadays. It seems like streaming has taken over something that nobody could have counted for when it first started. But I'm not gonna lie, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a good thing. Now, hate it or love it, it's in the entertainers' playbooks in order to go onto these platforms, sit down with the Kai Cenats, sit down with the Neons of the world, and have a good old time while promoting their platform.
I genuinely think streaming is the wave right now. It's the new wave. Streaming is officially mainstream in my opinion. And the reason I say this, because 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, if you were on a TV show, if you were on this, on that, what would you do as soon as you were done to try to elevate yourself and build off the hype? You would go into like a music video or go on to like Ellen or a talk show or Late Night with Jimmy Fallon. Now, if you get out of a reality TV show like Love Island or Big Brother or any of these TV shows, what's the first thing they do? They're going off streams. Streaming has genuinely made its way mainstream. Rappers are trying to get on streams. Athletes are getting on streams. The reason all these artists and actors and people from TV shows are going on streams, it's all thanks to Aiden, Kai, Lacey, and Speed. Those 4 streamers right there are the reason streaming is mainstream and is the reason people are going on to streams.
But I see a vision. I see a vision of people from TLC, people from like My 600-Pound Life, people like my 90 Day Fiance. They do their press tours, they do their interviews and stuff. Next thing you know, most likely we'll probably see them on streamers, on streams and stuff. Why not? Yeah, ton of streamers like XQC. Yeah, streamers like Pokemon. Look, watching TLC videos, right? The next best thing to get more faces onto you would be to go to a streamer and do like some content together to get your face out there more. That I'm telling you, man. This the way. Streaming is the way. Just because Hollywood don't see it quite yet, just because they deny it, it is the way, whether they want to or not. It's very lucrative, and you get a lot more eyes on you. Especially like OhMeezy said, people aren't watching TV like they used to. They're not watching like they used to. So where are they watching? They're watching streamers. Doing collabs with streamers is the best way to put your face out there. So I heard something about Love Island. Everybody's talking about Love Island. The smartest thing to do is do a collab with a streamer. Most likely there's going to be a couple of streamers that's probably seen Love Island on that pastime. That'd be the smart thing to do. So I suggest they do that.
Now, there are a plethora of reasons as to why people are gravitating towards streaming and it being the new mainstream thing to do. For some way, shape, form, or fashion, streaming watchers are watching content longer than ever. They're watching streams for 1.5 hours on average, which
I can't do that. I actually cannot do that. I don't know how people are able to have that attention span. Like I'll watch a stream a few times, not all the time. But I'm mostly in there for about 5 to 15 minutes. I don't know. I'm just maybe in the wrong generation. I don't have the attention span for it. Don't want somebody else do something I could be doing.
I thought we were supposed to be a short attention span, society nowadays. But for some reason, these folks are tapped into these streams. From an entertainer's perspective, it makes sense why they would go and gravitate towards streaming because all these fields aren't producing as much money as streaming outside of like the sports and stuff like that. But the ones like rappers that people thought made a lot of money back in the day just aren't making as much money as streamers are.
A lot of these niggas just blow that money. They don't know how to invest money. You know what I'm saying? I invest that money with rap properties, go do this, go do that. But I still ain't signed yet. So my team, them boys just grab all my money. I get my publishing, I get my BMI, I get my YouTube check, I get everything still. Right. You know what I'm saying? All right, so, but these niggas signed, so you gotta understand, they get a million, they ain't get another million for 3 or 4 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really slavery on some real shit like this.
Yeah, you're right. And how many times have you heard rappers talk about 360 deals? Like you gotta pay all this money and you got a little left over. All the money's getting funneled to the company and stuff, the record label, but none of it to the rapper. It was Megan Thee Stallion. She didn't want a 360 deal. She had to get out of that quick. Who else? It was Lil Uzi Vert. He had his own 360 deal he was trying to get out of, I believe. Or he had a bad record deal. But still, he had a bad record deal. And he was trying to get out of that. Who knows how much money he was owed, he didn't get. Also, Lil Wayne, based off his contract, he had to get, I think he had to like sue his own daddy just to get the money he deserved and stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of bad record deals out there. It sucks. It sucks. So I do understand being a rapper. I mean, instead of being a rapper is the wave. It's not the dream no more. It's being the streamer. because you don't have those type of deals anymore. You would have if you had people like we call them Niji Sunji, those type of corporation, or you had corporations similar to Smosh, because Smosh had a bad deal. All their money was getting funneled to a company to promote their videos and help them with production, but they weren't getting the money they deserved. All that money was getting funneled to a company or like a management company. Like, yeah, it's a real file out here. But good thing we got through that. People understand like they can make it on their own. It's very independent. You don't have to be a part of a company. A lot of strategy, a lot of personality, a lot of stuff like that. You are able to make it as a streamer or like as a content creator.
Lil Shimmy broke it down so eloquently as to how rappers are signing what he dubs as slave deals in order to make a lot of money. You know, he sees $1 million one time, he doesn't see it for the next 3 years. While Agent 00 at Stream University is reporting that he makes 321,000 plus.
Agent reviews he made approximately 321,000, 54K off Twitch just in the month of April while teaching his class at Stream University. Look, man, that's not $1 million, but that's still not like money to sneeze at. I know there's a lot of people, a lot of content creators sneezing like I only get like a 10K or 100K, or like I only get 100,000K to work with. That's still a lot of money at the end of the day. It's something to sneeze at. Like, please understand, that's a lot of money. And if you can't like maintain anything with this amount of money or less, like you're literally in almost in $1 million bracket. This is literally almost $500,000. Like I feel, this is good money. It's just maybe in the wrong people, in the hands of the wrong people, in my opinion.
Less dollars a month off Twitch. People like Asm Gold, they're making $300,000 on Kick and simultaneously.
Oh, they're making 32 on Twitch. I remember he talked about that. He only makes 32K on Twitch. This is like some CEO. Well, I don't know how much CEOs make, but this gotta be at least around CEO levels of money. A month? Like,
I ain't gonna lie to you. Another thing that is coming out of this is major collaborations. Now, I'm seeing Neon be with Iggy Azalea. I'm seeing AMP be in Target with their Tone deodorants. And I'm seeing Kai Cenat literally everywhere. He was on the cover of Time magazine not too long ago as one of the top 100 creators. I just don't know.
Yeah, and people left to their face. Like, nah, like, this is stupid. Look at them now.
LeBron James or Jay-Z, like,
it was
super
lucrative.
Big athletes. But now we're seeing this new and diverse community and subsection of entertainment hop into these mainstream spheres and do things that it took rappers and entertainers and ball players and all that stuff years to do in just a short amount of time. It's quite amazing, actually. So I can understand why a lot of people would gravitate towards streaming. It's hella lucrative. It's hella cool. You get all the huzz. You know, you get to do these big, major, crazy events and stuff like that. But the question is, and it's one that Illuminati brought up at the beginning of the video, is how sustainable is this?
The shit that y'all seeing is not sustainable. A lot of y'all don't know. You knew and you already thinking you need to be doing IRLs, nigga. You are a fucking bot. You're gonna fall off. Bro, the IRL streaming shit is so overstimulated, so oversaturated. All you see is scripts now. Y'all trying too hard, and subconsciously a lot of y'all niggas is competing with each other, but y'all don't know it because it ain't personal. But we see it. Bro, listen, my life is so fucking bro, listen, my life is completely boring compared to y'all. I can't compete with y'all niggas, and I don't want to have nothing to do with that energy. You have regular new people going around who just started streaming and they already feel pressure like they need to be doing IRLs.
Yeah.
You can't afford it.
Yeah.
None of that.
Yeah, there is a few streamers lately that've been complaining. So like, I can't afford this lifestyle no more. I was like, why can't you afford it? It confuses me. Some of these people like have the money, but they can't maintain it. It's like, well, what you been doing this whole time? But like somebody said, most likely they trying to one up each other, trying to do the next best thing, which is you don't have to do that.
I want to tackle it piece by piece because it's something that we've been seeing for a while, and this happens in all industries. It's happening in crypto, cars, Airbnb, etc., where there is a rush to get into this gold mine of a world. Trust me, I've had people proposition me to come and set up their streams, and I've thrown up like stupid amounts of money in order for them to sign up, and they've literally just said yes. But this stuff that they are doing is not sustainable, and just like every other bubble before it, .com telecom, real estate, whatever the case may be, it will burst. First and foremost, IRL content has an expense problem. It is much more expensive to do IRL content versus sitting behind a desk.
Y'all know how expensive it is to keep up with content creation? You can get a 10K check from Twitch. What the fuck is a 10K check when you gotta spend 5K on trips to travel, $500 on setup shit, fucking $2,000 on your rent, fucking $200 on Wi-Fi, $200 on IRL toolkit. You gotta pay the clippers, pay a YouTube editor. Chat, I don't think y'all realizing I be going into the negative doing this shit, okay?
So this is one of the clips I've been watching. You don't have to do 500K as a IRL stream. I'm sure there's tons of things to do in your hometown. So going out to let's say I live in Cali, I go to San Antonio. I don't know, something's going down there, or like, oh, I heard about this good food and stuff. I spend more money going there than I spend more money tickets, team. You gotta make sure you got enough money to do stuff down there, like activities, food and stuff. So that's gonna rack up in money, right? In my opinion, you don't have to do all that. You really don't have to. She makes it sound like she's doing mostly RL streams, and I looked at her profile. Most of her videos it's a blend between IRL and gaming. I'm thinking like maybe you should do more gaming. You probably should do more gaming. If you use a 10K, I say more gaming. Do IRL streams probably maybe once or twice every other week. And I'm sure there's tons of stuff to do in your hometown. You don't have to break the bank and stuff like that. You don't have to go everywhere. I'm pretty sure, like, that's the thing. Like, Logan Paul and his brother, man, they used to do vlogs, so used to just fuck around and shit, just do dumb shit at home and stuff like that. You could do like some dumb shit, like do a Nerf war or do Nerf wars or something. Like how expensive is some Nerf guns, or how expensive is some water guns? Do some shit with your friends and stuff like that. And like I don't get why you have to go out your way to go do this over here or do this over there and spend all this money. You don't have to spend all this money. The whole purpose of IRL stream is for people to see you do stuff outside, or like outside your norm. Like once people want to see your daily and stuff like that. And like that shouldn't be too hard. That's a little money right there. I'm telling you, that's real little money you have to do. But maybe in my opinion, it's just people just lack creativity. Maybe just people are lacking creativity. I mean, that's why. So they have to copy somebody else.
Now, most people don't know this. Who am I kidding? A lot of people know this. I used to do some production work for AMP and hang out with the guys and stuff like that. And I remember talking to Agent 00.
But look at that.
Hanging out with the guys and stuff.
Look at that. Look at what they're doing.
I used to do some production work
in their house. Look, they're buying to cook. Aprons. Motherfuckers got aprons on. Cooking in their house. Saving money. Not doing too much. Look at that. They look like they're about to cook. Everybody's wearing an apron. How much money you need for that? They're about to cook something. Like, come on.
With the guys and stuff like that. And I remember talking to Agent 00 one time about the reason about going to Twitch and streaming as a medium for the content, as opposed to making long form videos. And he broke it down pretty simple to me. He said, Omar, we could spend hours of a day or an entire day planning a video, and then we could spend an entire day shooting a video, traveling to the site, getting the content, etc., etc. Then we could give the footage to an editor to spend another day doing the video, editing it up, making sure it looks good, etc., etc. Just to upload it for it to flop. In totality, if we factor in time and if we factor in expenses, it becomes something that doesn't seem like it's a good trade-off, because ultimately it could flop in the algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, the counter to that is sitting at a desk, streaming for 3 to 18 hours and getting off as many clips as possible. I don't think people realize how many 8-minute clips can go into a 60-minute recording session, let alone doubling and tripling and quadrupling that. But now we're getting
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, that is the smart way to do it. That is a smart way to do it. Triple, yeah. They just do desktop streaming and like build up your audience. Clip your stuff. Then if you want to do IRL, make it like a event type of thing. Don't transition to it
Getting to the
and
point where
just like start doing that. That's your main thing. That's the main thing to do. Don't do
content
that.
creation from a streaming perspective has to come with some sort of expense. People are going out and doing big, lavish, and extravagant things, making it cost just as much, if not more, than when they were creating actual YouTube videos.
Mm-hmm.
I want to thank everyone for coming out. On this trip, everyone took times out of their days. They took times out of their families.
International trip. And my bad, I can't see that. International trip. How much money did he spend doing this?
Come on this trip with me, man. I envisioned it to be something insane, but it's just it's not what it came out to be. I think still some of the content's been good, but yeah, man. It's been getting really fucking expensive. We've done 5 streams and we almost spent like fucking 200K. We gotta cut the cost down.
So, depending on this person, understand Neon has a bad reputation. He's trying to build up his rapport with the audience and with everybody. He's not trying to be like the little bad kid like he used to be. The little racist bad kid who used to hang out with Aiden and stuff. He's not trying to be that. He's trying to change himself. We have people like this. All they can do is bother people, get on people's nerves, say dumb racist jokes. You get pigeonholed into only having an audience that just wants that. Your audience doesn't really like you like that. They just want to see you do a specific niche of stuff like this. That's bad for your. This is bad for your brand. You'll start doing stuff like international trips and stuff. Doing stuff like this. You gotta go all around the world and stuff just to make some content. Because no one really likes you like that. They don't really like you like that. If he was a better person, if he had a personality, let's say he was gaming, I'm sure there'd be tons of people. If he had personality and he was gaming, there'd be tons of people watching him almost every day. There'd be a ton of people watching him every day. It won't be as much as Kai or Aiden, but he probably have a consistent amount of people watching him every day. But based off of who he was in his past, he's trying to change now. He kind of pigeonholed himself. He got to do expensive stuff. International trips. Just to maintain a little bit of views and stuff like that. You don't want to beat someone like this at all.
There's too many people.
I know that there's operational costs in a business, but at the end of the day, that is mad excessive. It's just way too much. But the sad part about it is that is the price to being these streamers when you do IRL content specifically.
Not
This is
necessarily.
also
I
related to the
disagree.
money spending aspect where everybody feels like they have to one up each other. But this one is from a pure emotional standpoint. Streamers feel like now they have to be online more than ever. They have to give more content now more than ever. And ultimately they have to fall in line with these tropes or these lifestyles or whatever the case may be now more than ever. And it's impacting 2 communities specifically, the chopped community and the woman community.
I'm just irritated. Like, my name just gets slandered so much, and I really don't be doing nothing. Like, I literally don't be doing nothing. It's just always something. When it comes to my name, it's just always something. Like, it's so rare that I see positive stuff about me. And I literally don't do nothing. Like, nothing could get worse than that. So it's just like, all the hate and everything, like, nothing affects me no more. Like, it's like I have no feelings no more. All right, y'all, I'm finna just end for a little bit.
Ohio.
You need your what? What the fuck did you just say? No, get up, get close.
Now, if you're new to this channel, then you probably don't know my stance on this, but I am a proponent of you being able to control your community, you being able to cultivate the environment that you are streaming and creating content in, etc., etc. Well, it seems that inherently speaking, this streaming all the time IRL content world that we're, stepping into is letting things go left, right, and sideways. Kaya, Dabo, and many other women and chopped people on the internet who are getting into streaming are falling victims to tropes that ultimately can be probably summed up as humiliation rituals. Now, all of them are
Yeah, it's true. I do believe that these are humiliation rituals, and like, no, you don't have to do that. That's the whole reason you have moderators. You have moderate. That's the whole reason how you should have moderators. They're gonna filter all this nonsense, so you don't have to see all these mean comments. You don't have to go through that. But yeah, I do think you need to build some thicker skin because there's always gonna be a jealous son of a bitch that don't like you because you're doing better than them. That's just how the world works. You're always gonna have people they're gonna talk shit because you're doing better than them. Yeah, motherfuckers probably talking mad shit about Kaya, shaking their ass for free. Did like a couple of comments or follows, but they ain't get no monetary out of it. So yeah, of course people gonna be jealous of you. Of course people gonna talk shit about you. You found a way to make money through the path of least resistance. You're gonna have hate everywhere you go, man. She's gonna need some therapy to get through this, I think. And that's a good investment. Get yourself some therapy. So you can get through this. This little bump. It's just a little bump. Yeah, but yeah, a lot of streamers go through that. And big and small, they just go through that and stuff. It is what it is. But they can make it. They have time.
Placed in things like misogyny and colorism, etc., etc. But ultimately, these
Oh yeah, the other kid. Oh yeah, that kid. Oh yeah, I got something real quick to say about the kid. Got slapped in front of his girlfriend. Oh, it's your fault. Everything's your fault. That's the dumbest thing. Being known as a chop streamer. That's stupid. Being a chop streamer, and your girlfriend or girlfriends abusing you on stream is not content. It's degrading. It's horrible. I hope you do better. That's some dumb. It's the dumbest shit I've ever seen. It's not a good idea. It's very self-destructive. Highly disagree. Don't ever do that shit. Stop doing that.
people have to fall in line and play into these tropes because that's what gets you pushed out to the masses. That's what continues to further the clips. That's what continues to happen. So now you have Dabo willingly,
Dabo, what's his name? Yeah, stop that shit.
calling himself chopped, calling himself ugly, and
There, that's it. Hey, yo, pause. That's a handsome young man. That's a handsome young man. Good haircut. He need to stop that shit. No, stop this chopped propaganda. Get rid of it. Get rid of the girlfriend. Build on yourself. I'm sure there's a funny person down there deep inside. I'm sure there's a cool person that know a few things deep inside. But he's always pigeon-toed himself into doing IRL stuff with his girlfriend and being a ugly person. That's a handsome young man. I don't want any. He should never call himself this word chopped. That bullshit. Whatever that bullshit is, chopped. Don't call yourself chopped.
Dabo,
You're a handsome young man.
Calling himself chopped, calling himself ugly, and willing to let a woman put hands on him continuously in order to get clicks and content. You have Kaya consistently and constantly being sexualized on camera, and people calling her out.
She literally just did it. That's how she got big.
Stuff like that. And then when you don't fall in line with the tropes, you end up like a Wendy Ortiz or Silky's ex, where now that community is disowning you because you won't fall in line with their forever content cycle.
Yo, how did the subs keep dropping? I thought we just reached 4K. Refund and it reset.
Now, I think something that can be easily mitigated by creating different types of content and not always giving access to your full self to the camera and to the audience. But hey, this might be just the price of fame for this. And speaking of the price, it's going to continue to go up as more and more people delve deep and figure out that, hey, streaming is a way for us to get as much content out there as possible. I'm starting to see more and more celebrities actively take interest and want to invest in making streaming content. We're talking about the Nicki Minaj's of the world, the Kyrie Irvings of the world, the India Loves of the world that are now hopping into streaming with an already built platform, backing from everything else, and starting to really put pressure on the game because they have access, connections, and resources that a lot of these younger streamers just don't have.
I feel like your fan base, your community, they you know, I know how active you are and stuff, like on Twitter. Like you can kind of do it on your own time. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right, so perfect. When you get off live, text me so we can talk about some other stuff real quick when you get a chance.
Of course, I got you, Nikki. It's a pleasure to connect and talk.
You too. Thank you. And bye.
Bye, Nikki.
Hey, India's chat.
Hey.
You know, I'm glad you're finally streaming.
I know.
Because back then we talked about it. I don't know why you're thanking me. We talked about it and now you're doing it. W India in the fucking
I
chat.
thank you because you helped me get here.
No, I didn't.
Making food at Chipotle. Is this Chipotle? What's going on? No, it's not Chipotle. No, it's like a self-made shop. Over here making food. See, that's content. Content, free labor. It's free labor. Come on, man.
And then help me, like, you know,
Look at this.
I always knew you had it in you.
Thank you. You know.
Wait, is that Subway? This might be a Subway.
What do you want? What do you want? Yo, do you want me to show you on stream or no? I love you, man. Call me tomorrow.
So y'all took showers together, right?
No, but we be separated with swimming trunks.
That's what I mean. That's what I don't understand. Like, y'all had sleepovers before, right?
Yeah, but not like that. Like,
Yeah, so no, I didn't mean it like anything. I meant it like how y'all meant it. I want to sleep over too.
Yo, Ray J is nuts.
Yo, Ray J, please stop.
Pause, I know. But that's what I meant. It's like, if y'all was in the shower, then y'all was in the shower, y'all took a shower together. So I'm like, well, shit, I'll take a shower with them niggas. Like, on the stream, you know what I'm saying?
Ultimately, I think that people
I'll take a shower with them too. Shower time. Y'all get money through shower? I'll do a shower with y'all, man. Save some soap for me. Look at that.
will get lost in the sauce quite often whenever something popular emerges. You know, when YouTube vlogs were popping, everybody felt like they needed to be like DDG, Casey Neistat, Logan and Jake Paul, or Emma Chamberlain. And they did everything in their power to try to emulate and imitate these people. And it worked for some people, but it just ultimately did not work. Same thing when they made long form videos. Everybody wanted to imitate Mr. Beast. And then you saw them lose their soul and ultimately fall off because of this. You see, there's a pattern that I'm trying to establish. Every time that we get into the bubble of content creation, whatever bubble it may be, it ultimately pops in the end because everybody tries to emulate and imitate that. I'm starting to see two bubbles and two trends right now where people are losing their selves and their personalities behind chasing content creation fame.
He made its mainstream. Rappers are trying to get on stream.
Oh, my bad.
Athletes are getting on stream.
Everybody tries to emulate and imitate that. I'm starting to see two bubbles and two trends right now where people are losing their selves and their personalities behind chasing content creation fame. It's the streaming bubble that we've been talking about. And also I saw this one video where this woman was like, you should create 300 TikToks in a month if you're being serious. 300 TikToks in a month, 10 TikToks a day? You should be getting a job. You should be working out. You should be doing anything else besides creating 10 TikToks a day. And
that is another thing too. That's a good thing to bring up. You shouldn't have to quit your day job to do streaming. Just because, let me do this transition. Close up. You shouldn't have to quit your day job to do streaming. Especially you streaming to 0 people, 0 followers, wherever you want to call them, 0 subscribers. You shouldn't be quitting your day job at all. Just because Speed got successful doing that, streaming to 0 people, to 1 to 3 to 15 to 100 eventually, doesn't mean you should either. It's that saying? It's the exception to the rule. Doesn't mean you'll be able to do it too. If that was possible, there should have been more people like Speed. There's not really. That's why streamers keep telling you, or they constantly make videos on TikTok. Make content, record content, clip it, and send it out there on the social media. Constantly do that until you build a following. Then you can start streaming. Because the way the algorithm is set up on Twitch and YouTube, no one's going to see your stuff. It's very hard for someone to see your stuff. You play Apex or something, and someone else plays Apex. You got 0 followers. This dude got 9K followers looking at stuff. No one's going to see you. The algorithm's so tough to overcome. No one's going to see you. You got to play it smart. You got to make tons of videos and clip them. Make them memorable. Make them dumb. Something. You gotta do it. Like, that's the smart way to do it. That's the really smart way to do it.
In order to be able to make a life in content creation. There are ramifications that people do not talk about when they dedicate their lives to content. And it's something that's going to play out over time and stuff that when commentary channels talk about, when streamers, you know, talk about their burnout or whatever their case may be, it just gets swept up under the rug. But I'm here to tell you, people do get burned out about this stuff.
When I tell y'all I was going through it, I was really going through it, bro. Like, dead ass, bro, by day 10, I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna get through the rest of these 20 days. Nigga, I'm having nights where I'm in the bathroom, like, just bawling my eyes out. Like,
it's a lot of unnecessary pressure that's being placed upon people in order to become famous through this whole streaming game. And whether you have sympathy for them or not, it doesn't really matter. But just heed my warning. You don't have to be like everyone else. And so Illuminati said this in the conclusion of the clip at the beginning of the video, that you can be yourself. If you're a desktop streamer, you're a desktop streamer. If you are a TikToker, whatever you are as a creator, be yourself. But the way that IRL streaming is changing the landscape of the genre is really, really scary to me. And I hope people can heed the warnings that people are laying out for them. Because once you turn down that path, it is extremely hard to turn back.
Y'all all trying to be like.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, W video. I appreciate it. I appreciate him talking about it. I can get my 2 cents in. Big bear shirt in this. Dude, I appreciate him talking about this. I was able to put my 2 cents in. I was able to formulate my my thoughts using this using the video. Yeah, I appreciate him doing that. But hey, if you like the video, leave a like, subscribe and stuff. You know, if you want to. Let me know if you want me to do more videos on OhMeezy if you see this. Hope we're praying for the algorithm to see this. It's been a minute. We trying to build ourselves back up. You know, make it a little side hustle, YouTube a little side hustle and stuff. But yeah. Shoot, stay safe. Good night, man. I'll see y'all next time. All right.
And we can ride the boogie.